What's going on, guys? Happy Thursday. This is going to be a do and don't video. Pretty much we're going to talk about what you should do and shouldn't do this week in GTA 5 Online. Where to spend your money, how you're going to make the most, the best investments, the best values of the week, or any fun or discontinued vehicles. With that said, let's get right into it. Do buy a CEO office. They're currently on a 30% discount, and while it doesn't matter which one you get, I'd recommend getting the Maze Bank West because it is the cheapest one and there's no real difference between buying the cheapest or the most expensive, other than the looks and a slight difference in location. Don't buy the gun locker and safe. Even though they're both on a 30% discount, these upgrades are completely unnecessary and don't actually do anything for you. The gun locker is simply another place to put your weapons, which you have in many other places already, and the safe is simply cosmetic. To go along with buying a CEO office, definitely do your special cargo sell missions because they're currently double money in RP, and this is absolutely the best way to make money this week. If you have multiple warehouses that are filled, you can easily make millions. And you should 100% be restocking your warehouses with cargo, both by doing your own resupply missions, as well as sourcing special cargo passively by using your warehouse staff. You can also do the export mixed goods missions, because they're also double money in RP this week, but I wouldn't focus on those, because they won't make you nearly as much as selling special cargo. But it's a quick and easy way to make a little bit of money. So if you're going to do it, go ahead and talk to your office assistant to get started. If you're looking to rank up this week, definitely do your Martin Madrazo contact missions. They are double money this week, but I wouldn't expect to make that much. It'll be more about ranking up since they're 4 times RP. You can do your salvage yard robberies, but I would only be doing it for the money because once again, there is no claimable vehicle. You should absolutely spin the lucky wheel each day this week because the Podium vehicle is the Lampadati Corsita, which is valued at just under 1.8 million on Legendary Motorsport. So if you can win this car for free, you'd be getting a great value. Not to mention, it's pretty good looking. Do try to win the LS Car Meet prize ride vehicle, which is the Grotti Bestia GTS, and this is more because it should be pretty easy to win, being that in order to get it for free, you only need to place top 5 in LS Car Meet races for 2 days in a row. Do check out the gun van this week and buy the up-n-atomizer. It's on a 30% discount, and I can't tell you how important this weapon is, not necessarily for killing people, but more for practicality. It is super important to have during cell missions, because if the vehicle you're driving gets stuck, in almost any scenario, this weapon can get you out of a jam. Not to mention it's really fun to mess around with. Okay, so I'm putting these in the don't category, but I'll be honest, I went back and forth with these because they do look really good and they're on great discounts. I'm going to tell you don't buy the Buckingham Super Valido or the Buckingham Super Valido Carbon. Again, they both look great, and yes, you can definitely get them at a good value, but it's not like we're talking about the Sparrow, the Akula, or any other helicopter that is actually useful. It's simply just to look good and fly around it. To go along with that, also don't buy the Buckingham Luxor. This plane is on a 30% discount, but sadly there really isn't a good way to use planes in this game, unless you just have a bunch of friends and you're going to fly them around in public lobbies. But otherwise, I don't see it as a necessity. The Super Validos and the Luxor could have gone either way. I just figured as far as being functional and what they can do for you in GTA, I put them in the don't category. Do buy the Dinka Jester Classic. It's on a 30% discount, and while it's not a newer vehicle, there's a bunch of customization options, and it's only going to cost you just over $550,000. And to be honest, it's one of my friend's favorite cars that he owns, so I definitely recommend buying this car if you don't already own one. Do buy the Grotti Italy GTO. It's also on a 30% discount. Now yes, even at a discount, it's still going to cost you just under 1.4 million. So I would understand if you didn't want to buy this, but I decided to put it in the do category because I think it's a great looking car. And if you know how to handle it, it can be one of the better performing vehicles in the game. Don't buy the HSW Premium Test Ride, which this week is the Madrazo Monstrosity. Now this is tough for me because normally any vehicle that is both HSW and Amani Tech eligible would be a definite buy for me. However, this just comes down to looks. Personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable paying up to 2.8 million for a vehicle that isn't a supercar. But as far as what it can do, I wouldn't blame you if you purchased it because it does have capabilities that most cars don't have. Do look for discontinued vehicles, meaning any vehicle that's no longer available on the websites. There are 5 such vehicles at Simeon's this week, starting with the Ubermacht Revolter. It's on a 30% discount, and you can get it for just over 1.1 million. We also have the Vapid Clique for 928,000, the Dewbauchee Seven-70 for 695,000. This is one I would definitely get if you have the money. It's way too good looking of a car to be only 700,000, and especially now that it's not on any of the websites, I would get it while you can. Also at Simeon's is the Vapid Hustler, which you can buy for 643,000. And finally, the Enis Cognoscenti, which is 254,000. Don't go to luxury autos this week. I can't believe they did it again, but the Vapid Dominator GT and the Karen Vivinite are back for a second week in a row. I don't know how many times they're going to continue to put these vehicles at luxury autos before they realize we don't want them. But in case you are thinking about buying these, the Dominator GT is just over 2.2 million, and the Karen Vivinite is just over 1.6 million. Personally, I wouldn't spend that much money on either of these vehicles. As always, you should definitely do your weekly time trials, starting with the HSW time trial at Pacific Bluffs, and the regular time trial, which is coast to coast in the Chiliad Mountain State Wilderness. Also, if you happen to own an RC Bandito, I would do your time trials each day because you can actually make some good money doing them. Otherwise, that's it. Hopefully this gave you a good idea of what you should and shouldn't do this week, and how to go about making and spending money in GTA Online. Hope you enjoyed the update week. As always, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Skull.